Okay, back here for game 5, and I have a reasonable mix of lands and spells. I'll keep.
Yep. My hand is a little slow, but should be good enough.
Same.
I also brought in my Nahiri that I boarded out for a Crypt with Rites this game.
I brought in my 4th Transgress for another Read the Bones. Just want to tag Nahiris and Reality Smashers along with Collected Companies. And I will try to do so right now. And probably Brick. Yeah, just going to take the Collected Company. Displacer, Reshaper, Visionary, sure.
Go.
You can go.
Attack.
19.
Play Matter Reshaper, your turn.
You can go.
Attack for 4.
15.
Definitely don't want to just take the turn off and not add anything to the board. And this card seems fairly weak, but so does this. I guess we'll just go ahead and play Reflector Mage. I'll take a point.
You're at 19?
Yep, your turn.
Well, I think at this point I'm have to languish.
Yep, trigger.
Yep. You can go.
Four cards in hand.
Yep.
So no permutation over the next turn is going to allow me to activate this twice when I play it. So I guess I can just go ahead and play it now. And I'll go ahead and activate it. Might hit a Loam Dread.
Done.
Go.
Okay. So definitely want to ultimate price this recruiter. And Salad Moonlight is probably not doing anything, and if we hit Transgress, we can take that Smasher.
Yep, checks out.
You can go.
Let's just do what Reality Smasher was born to do.
10.
I will. Let's see. Is there any reason I want to play this land? I can go. Let's see. This plus. Yeah. Okay. Go. Might be able to play a 3 plus a 5 next turn.
Okay, that was pretty good.
7 mana.
Yeah, I'm gonna Ruinous Path with Awaken.
Sure.
So I'll awaken a swamp. Well, I'll also awaken a caves. And I have to discard. And I can't imagine myself needing this, so you can go.
Alright, let's just hit you again.
I'm at 5.
I'll Reflector Mage this. Go.
I'm dead.
Looks great.
Stroll Ants.
All right, here for the conclusion of 4-color Rites versus Black-White Control. Yeah, before the video, I said I thought this deck looked really good, and I was really happy with the way it played out. Ross didn't always get to do his thing every game, but that's kind of the bane of playing, semi-reactive control decks. Sometimes your cards don't line up properly. Sometimes you stumble or you flood, and you're kind of, at the mercy of your cards being drawn in the right order and, you playing well and being able to get traction on the board at all times. And I think that a really awesome thing about the way this deck is built between Nahiri and post board, you get access to Reality Smasher and Negate. You can really put your opponent in a squeeze and kind of pressure them on a ton of different angles.
Yeah, Reality Smasher and Matter Reshaper were particularly good. None of my removal spells really line up well against them, and they obviously apply a lot of pressure. And I was stuck trying to set up these awkward languishes, and where I wanted to kill the Reshaper first, but you just never really had to offer it in combat in a lot of the games. Yeah, I was generally impressed. Nihiri didn't come up too often, although the Atarka was very good at the end of game 1, I believe.
Yeah, just a haymaker that I randomly drew and kind of put the
Yeah,
game out of reach.
I needed a 1-turn reprieve to land a Planeswalker and was not afforded that reprieve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the black-white deck just felt kind of awkward. It just had a lot of 4s. Didn't really want to use my removal spells on anything you played early, so I was either forced to trade for a bad card, and sort of trade down, or not use my mana. And then the 4s just got punished. If I played Kalidas, you could Reflector Mage it. If I played Languish, you could rebuild. If I played Gideon, you could deal with the token and pressure the Gideon. And so I never really felt like I was able to properly stabilize and turn the corner, except in that one game.
Yeah, I really like that. I kind of started to pick up on it in the last few games. I probably misboarded in game 3 and 4. I like that you have these like small ball combo elements in the first game where you're trying to like kind of explode Cryptolith Rites and Loam Dryad and get on the board, and you might have like the sub game of just like turtling up and getting Nihiri up to ultimate and then like displacing a Tarka and ruining your opponent that way. But you can also just come way out of the gates and just overwhelm your opponent with just card advantage, just watch Recruiter, Elvish Visionary, Displacer, and nickel and dime them to death. But then post board, like your Duskwatch Recruiters and Elvish Visionaries are finding Reality Smashers, and like suddenly like these incremental card advantage things from the first game is now just giving you tons of huge threats. So it's really hard for your opponent to deal with.
Free pressure. Reality Smasher was definitely very good. I had the one game I was able to anguish them making it, which was nice. That was the game where things lined up well.
Yeah, things are nice when you take 8 damage and have to play 2 cards. So
I didn't take 8 damage.
Oh, did you use it the turn I cast it?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Yeah. I didn't kill your Gideon that turn.
Yeah, and then I blocked the mana reshaper.
I was making fun of you, and I just look like a jerk now.
Yeah. No, that was my one nice game where things lined up.
So getting 2 for 1 and taking 3 is the idea of a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. So I'm gonna just get that reshaper off the board.
Yeah.
When the rest of your creatures are 1/2s and 2/3s, you can 2 for 1 yourself and still be okay.
I was definitely, maybe more so than any other part of the deck, Matter Reshaper impressed me in this matchup. We played games with like Eldrazi Sky Spawner or Catacomb Sifter, depending on the version of the deck at the specific time. And neither of those cards line up well against removal spells or Languish, but just having Matter Reshaper some way to, instantly keep pressure on your opponent or just cycle through more cards, just any way to get more velocity and make it awkward for your opponent to cast a sweeper or removal spells against you is awesome. There's the game I actually spiked the land and got to Smasher you on 4, which is, pretty sick.
Yeah. And yeah, there just wasn't much. I stared at Ultimate Price and Grasp of Darkness, and neither of those kills Reality Smasher, which is a problem. You can use your 3 mana removal spells on it, but obviously Brunus Path is sorcery, and you tax those even more by having Nihiri in your deck. So you really want to Anguish them making it, and that forces you to like leave up mana because you don't want to take 5 and then unmaking it and take 3 more and lose the card. A lot of awkward spots where I'd have to try to like play my cards as best I can, but you can't ever put yourself in a position where you can beat everything. You always just have to you're going to lose to something, and
it's really hard for Black White to deal with Reality Smash without taking 5 and losing 2 cards, which is just a great exchange, obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, more impressed by the Cryptolith Right deck than I expected to be. These are
yes. You hear that? Beginning of the video, I want you to rewind, go back to the intro, play that little quip of Ross insulting this deck, saying it doesn't look that good. I'm Ross Merriam, and now you can play that back.
Well, I'm perfectly fine being skeptical and being proven wrong. That's fine. It doesn't make me less skeptical in the future.
Would you call it skepticism, or
I said I was skeptical? I used that word exactly.
Or being stubborn?
No, I was skeptical.
I think maybe you're resistant to change.
No, my statement was in general about Cryptolith Right decks.
But this is not the first time this has happened.
Sure.
Maybe not the first time this has happened in the last hour.
I'm not going to make me any less skeptical, Michael, in the future. I'm a natural born skeptic.
I just want you to strive to change your worldview for the better at times.
I do
like Nahiri the Harbinger.
Nahiri's a fine card. It's very good in Modern.
A fine card. I think it's an excellent card. An excellent card in Legacy.
That I can't
see.
believe.
There you go. You saw it.
That's just not. You die on turn 1 in Legacy turn 2.
Everyone can see this happening.
Trying to
This
play-
is your skeptic face.
Yeah, I'm very skeptical of it.
Give me a look like I'm stupid.
Yep. Maybe
I mean, yeah, you can die on turn 1. We're getting this is completely off base, but
there aren't a lot of 4-mana spells that see playing Legacy.
Chase the Mind Sculptor.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Nahiri might be better than Jason Legacy. Might be. I'm gonna probably register Nahiri in my Miracles deck at GP Columbus.
Yeah, I bet you are. I'm not.
Sure,
I'm not doubting
that part doesn't surprise you.
I already had that written down. That was my lock of the week, or lock of next week.
Of the future.
Yeah, of the future week. There's also Sneak Attack. That's the other 4-mana spell. But that one gets played in a combo deck with a bunch of mana acceleration.
Yeah. I mean, that just doesn't count.
And Miracles is the one deck that just tries to slow the game down to a crawl and play 20 turns. So those are the only decks that get to play 4 mana
We don't have
spells.
to play 20 turns. We need to hear the Harbinger and play. Just kill your opponent in 3 turns.
As now we have the Eldrazi cards like Thought Not Seer and Reality Smasher they see play too.
Yeah, guess what answers Reality Smasher pretty nicely. See where this is going.
Terminus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not advocating you cut that card.
Yeah. Terminus.
Anyways, the point
Force
is,
of will.
Ross is kind of a jerk to me sometimes.
More than I should
and
be.
Gives me stupid looks.
Don't worry, you're not the only one.
Yeah, I know. You. Something I can't say out loud.
Okay. What's going on this week? Atlanta, yes.
Cool
place.
Yeah, I love it. Unfortunately, I'll be missing, which stinks because I'm kind of from Atlanta and it's a lot of fun. I always enjoy visiting, but I have other arrangements I must do this weekend. But
personal plans.
Yes.
Important plans.
I don't know about important, but
they're important enough for you to skip a Magic tournament within driving distance.
I will have fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, standard this weekend. Honestly, this deck looks great.
Yeah, I'll probably lose to it 7 times.
I would probably just register this exact 75. Everything looks awesome about it. It felt really good.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
exact 75. Hasn't even played with most of the sideboard. Exact 75. It's perfect.
No, it looks great.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Like I said, if I was forced to register for a standard tournament tomorrow, I'd just play this deck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think the deck looks really good. There's other variations of rights that look great. If you expect Black-White Control to be big, I would still, no matter what version you're playing, look into playing Matter Reshaper. I think that card overperformed in this matchup for sure.
Yeah, that card was a huge beating. I think an underrated part of it was the fact that in combination with a Visionary or Loam Dryad, it represents enough power to kill a Gideon in one attack.
Yeah,
where I guess Sifter sort of does the same thing with the token, but I think it's a Reshaper does it in a more
compact. It's definitely more castable on turn 3 than Catacomb Sifter.
More castable and more consistent package, I guess. Then because it's more castable and the extra card you get off of it is quite good.
Yeah, definitely. It's basically guaranteed to put something on the battlefield or give you one of your payoff cards.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Yep. So.
Who's commentating?
Play 4-color
Director,
rights.
save us.
No, it's Boswell and CVM. I got this.
Yes. Okay. We don't need any saving.
You don't have to look over there.
We don't need any saving.
We're good.
Majors has saved me, even though I keep trying to sink the ship.
You just flubbed it.
Just cutting a hole in the bottom of the boat.
But yeah, CVM and Boswell, they're going to be back in the booth on the... Oh, God.
We've talked about this before. We got the pocket
square.
Yes,
it was last week where you went on about the pocket squares, but we're not doing that this week. Yes, Boswell's a good-looking man. I get it.
It's intimidating.
Yeah, he's a... I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know where you're going with this.
We need to end this.
Thank you. Finally, you see the light.
Okay.
No, it should be a lot of fun. Standard, either join us in Atlanta, one of my favorite cities, or tune in on SG Live.
For all the action.
I
will be there, so you can look forward to that.
What do you think you're going to be playing?
My guess would be green-white.
Okay, solid, sensible choice.
Yep, solid deck, pretty aggressive, good mana, all things I like, very powerful, and just generally one of the best decks, and a deck that I have a good amount of experience with and enjoyed playing in New York. So.
Yep, I think green-white's definitely awesome. Either of these two decks would be excellent choices for that tournament.
Yeah,
so.
Grixis will be good. You could build humans. You do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it feels like Standard's actually kind of opened up again, which is weird.
It's opened up a little, and I think there's a lot of The interesting part is that there are a lot of decisions you can make in building your deck of choice. Every deck has a lot of different ways to go. There's a million ways to build black-white, 3 or 4 different ways to build a Cryptolith Rites deck. There's this version, there's Bant, there's the combo version, and then Grixis is pretty set in stone, but there are a couple different versions of humans. There's a bunch of different collected company decks there. And then green-white has probably
8 to 10 flex slots.
Yeah, I was going to say about the same number. So a lot of different deck building decisions. It's sort of a tuner's format right now.
Yeah, standard's awesome right now. Wish I was going kind of. But yeah, that's it for this week. I'm just going to end this video right now before Ross says something silly. But join us in Atlanta or tune in for the broadcast.
Peanut butter sandwiches.
Thanks for watching, guys.